Yeah. You close the door. You want to go Fortnite?
Yeah, huh?
So you want to go Fortnite?
We should be getting live here in a second because it still got that music going. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I think I got it playing in the background somewhere. Hold on. Just making sure. Okay, we should be live, everybody. Yo, what's good, everybody? We back with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast on this Saturday, man. Smash that like button, sub up to the channel if you haven't done so already. Of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I do is make content about sneakers, occasional trying hauls, and y'all know we got Music Monday. I'm gonna apologize in advance. The stream is a little laggy. I don't know if it's the apps I'm using or the internet, but we still gonna push it through because I ain't gonna let them hold me back. Because man, if y'all haven't been noticed, I probably haven't said y'all see next week on my videos when I drop. I've been a little bit under the weather, but at the same time, y'all know me, I'm a trooper, so I'm gonna push through it. So we're gonna see all we got in the building, but I'm gonna let my homie go and do his proper introductions as well.
Hey, what's going on, everybody, man? You guys know me as Dunks. I hope everybody's having a great week. I know, a lot of people are having a lot of tough weather right now, including you. So just on top of the list, hope everybody out that way is doing okay, and everybody's safe. And just besides that, hope everybody's weekend's going great. And not much more. Really going on. Especially, we still got another a couple days before anything is actually dropping on sneakers anyway. So still kind of cold out here.
What do you think the next big drop is gonna be?
Um, Probably these reimagined breads, maybe. Yeah,
We'll see. We got a little buzz going on about them. So tonight's topic, and then I'm going to touch and see who all we got in the building real quick. Tonight, we're going to talk JD Sports shares sink on the profit warning, and then we're going to talk Air Jordan 1 history and timeline, everything you need to know about the Air Jordan 1, and we're going to close things out with more anticipated sneakers for this year of 2024. I know I kind of touched on it in the live on Wednesday, but it seems like there's some more stuff that's coming out. I've seen a look at some other Travises that are supposed to be coming out as well that's inspired off the school he went to. So we're going to see how that goes as well. Let me see all we got in the building real quick, and then we're going to go from there. I see that I am lagging a little bit, but we still going to. Kwame says, chilling, just started to snow heavy here. Okay, yeah. Cool. Yeah, we got the rain. We got the rain part of it. So I'm assuming because it's so cold, it's going to turn into ice. So it's just as bad,
Yeah, I'm sure you guys aren't really too far from each other, so right, so whatever was gonna happen, most likely you'll probably see some of that too, right?
Probably, but I don't know, but it may not, because it may miss us if it's hitting them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but still, tough weather, still, hopefully, all you guys are okay.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, if you can make moves here if you really, really want to. I mean, does anybody want to be out in it? Probably not. Let's see. X says same. It's snowing heavy here too.
Good,
Manny with the kick says yerp. I'm just lagging, but yeah. Let's see. Kwame says, word, I got the Timbs on today. Okay. Got the Tim boots on. You got the broccoli and what is it? Broccoli and beef and broccoli joints. Manu the Kick says 3 inches of snow here, and I had my Yeezy boot. Okay. Never mind. I'm about to talk too much. Anyway, you know what? Fuck it. I'm looking at some Yeezys.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I mean, that was what isn't that the same when you were talking about a couple weeks back? And we were like, I mean, at this point, we all know pretty much, what you're talking about or insinuating. We just don't know which colorway.
Probably. says, I don't know. I sold my joints, man. I sold my joints for real. I sold mine.
Maybe this would have been a good time to have them, especially if you're only gonna do like some quick runs out.
Yeah, true. I miss mine a little bit though, because they was warm. They was warm though.
So if you're just going to pick up a bite to eat or something, you get slipped over.
And they comfortable. Divine Photo says the snow is not bad over here. It's just flurries. It ain't gonna stick. Okay, got you. Let's see. Divine Photo says, good evening, sold out family. What up, Divine? X says, what's good, Divine? The Slayer says, what's Gucci Gang 100 with strong arm emoji. Let's see. Divine Photo says the shot drop on the reimagined breads towards the end. January is personal access for the reimagined. I always wanted to get my game up with Finish Line and JD, but I feel like it's just, I don't know, maybe I just missed that train to where I can get my sneakers and stuff, like how I got my points up with Foot Locker and stuff,
Well, I mean, that just lets you know right there that it's gonna be more than enough pair already. There's not gonna be an issue to get them, unless you just like really just don't try, or you just really just sleep on them.
I'm still on the fence for those breads though, man.
I mean, might as well just go ahead and grab them, honestly, man.
You are not the right person to talk to about this.
I mean, bro, come on. I'm just saying, man. I mean, just look at it this way. Just look at it this way. If you're at the supermarket and you go to that aisle and you don't really need it, but while I'm here, I might as well grab it. You know what I'm saying? Pause. But you see what I'm saying?
I hear you, man.
It's just like you don't necessarily need them. But since you're already in the market anyway, why not?
I'm on the fence. I'm not gonna say no. I'm not gonna say yes. I'm still on the fence. That's where I'm at with it. I'm still on the fence.
We shall see. Here come February? What is it, like 15th, 16th, something like that?
I think so. I know what I'm just thinking of why my joint could possibly be lagging. It could be the weather though. You know what I mean? I just thought about it. We're not getting snow, but we're getting like heavenly, like it's been raining forever.
Yeah, well, like you say, hey, we're gonna push through, and whatever happened, it's gonna happen. We're gonna make it work.
Most definitely. Let's see. Divine Photo says, "What's good, X?" Manny with the kick says, "Kwame Divine Slayer X salute." Divine Photo says, "What's good, Manny?" We got X says, "What's up, Manny?" Divine Photo says, "What you think of the Jordan 1 low Year of the Dragon in the mid 200s on StockX?" I'll pull them up. The Year of the Dragon Jordan 1s. I have seen those floating around, like as far as images, not like in person, but like in the images. I'm gonna pull them up. The Year of the Dragon Jordan 1s, so I can get a good visual on them. Have you seen them, Dunks?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
They're in the mid 200s
on StockX, like on the resale.
I mean,
and these are the low joints, right?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it looks like a Nike ID to me.
Yeah,
by you. It looks like a Jordan 1 by you.
I'm looking at it. It's that green, and like this is the right one. Jordan 1 Year of the Dragon 2024. Yeah. Let's see. Let me look at the prices. Yeah, $231. Like in my size, $235 if you want it right now. What are they going for retail here? $160. So, I'm not I mean, this isn't the best Jordan 1 Year of the Dragon, man. It's not a bad shoe.
They definitely done better.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, that's the thing. And this is a gift and a curse with I'm sure Nike probably battles with all the time is they have like super, super duper successful shoe, and then everything else they drop cheeks and we're like, man, Nike falling off. But it's like, not really. I mean, they got it. They can't. This is a thing. Nike them, I think at this point, they still got to drop product whether we like it or not.
Oh yeah, I mean they're still a business, and they still have to keep the lights on, so they still have to continuously drop things, and have to sometimes, which they don't, but they sometimes have to listen to the consumer. Well, like I said, they don't do it too often, but it's in there every now and then.
Yeah. Ricky Nacer says, Jeremy, why did you change your channel name? Not necessarily change it. It just people call me that forever. Like since I was a little kid, like since like high school, that was just one of my nicknames. So it's still at Jeremy Jones, but the main part of it, the bigger part of it, pause, is called Polo. I mean, because people call me that so much now that I was like, it is what it is. Because my channel was just Jeremy Jones at Jeremy Jones. So I'm like, I mean, worst case scenario, if I want to, I could change it back. You know what I'm saying? But it's still me. Ain't nothing changed. You know what I'm saying? I'm still putting out the content, trying to be consistent. So, yeah. Hopefully the name change didn't bother you too bad. You know what I'm saying? But I know a lot of people have been asking me that, though. So I'm not really tripping. So, yeah. Year of the Dragons we got. We're not going to talk the rest of the upcoming release until the live. Let's get on this Jordan 1 timeline. Actually, I want to get on the JD Sports sync and profit warning joints. Let me share my screen. Let's get on that first because the Jordan 1 stuff, I'm no professional. Like, I've been collecting for a long time. I can read through that stuff, but borderline part of me already kind of lived that and know that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So let's talk JD Sports shares sync on profit warning. And this was January 4th, 2024. The last time this was updated. Let's see. It says JD Sport Fashion shares took a dive on Thursday morning after the shoe and apparel retailer warned about a hit in its annual profits. The UK-based athletic retailer, which I didn't know they were based out of the UK, so I just learned something new, said is in a release that the sales in the 2022 weeks leading up to December 30th fell short of expectations. I find that kind of hard to believe. Wow, you see that on the screen? But yeah, I find that kind of hard to believe that they fall off around December time frame because I know for a fact, it was a lot of December always bring a lot of heat for it to be winter.
Yeah, but like we always bring up things like this in our lives. Their decline and our decline are two different things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What they see as a decline, is probably you like, I'm up, I'm still up.
For me, yeah, exactly. To me, I'm like, hey, I mean, what y'all missed the extra?
Talking about,
Yeah, I'm gonna read through the rest of the article, but it's like, to me, hell, if you made $1 million 1 year and then the next year you made 990,000, I'm like,
I'm saying, man. Like, I mean, you gotta think that a decline to them is 500 million, maybe,
Yeah, but they still be making in the millions.
Yeah, but still, they're just off just that much, They want all their profit,
Yeah, I feel it. I feel you. Let's see. Let me read through the rest of the article. It says, with constant currency organic revenue growth of 6%, apparel growth in the period was impacted by milder weather in the back half of September. A broader promotional environment and overall cautious customers also hurt sales during peak seasons. I mean, people still was, when I did my mall vlog, people still out there active to me. So I know the JD in my area was doing their thing. It says, for the full year, JD now expects profits before taxes and adjust items to be between £915 million and $935 million are between 1.6 billion or 1.69 billion in current exchange. So I guess because they're like where they're based, they go by pounds. That's their currency. But to us, converts, that's like 1.19 billion, bro. So they mad because it went down like a few. Y'all still in the billions.
That's what I'm saying. They count every penny.
They still in the. You're still getting billions. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like
I was last quarter pulled in.
No, I feel like I just
disrespect. It's not first, it's last.
I guess, but hell, that's up to me. Hell, let me get
that's what I'm saying to you and me. Hey, I'm still up, but to them, we lost 25,000.
Yeah, so it says so this is how it is. The next profit too, they said down from a prior estimate of 1.4 billion pounds or about 1.33 billion. So they basically missed. They still made billions, but they're short 1.33 billion of what they were looking for. So I guess I mean that's a big difference. You know what I mean? Yeah. Hey man, we're about it, and they got it down to the percentage too. Like think about it.
Yeah.
To me, I'm like, okay, we down a billy, but we still brought in billions.
And I guarantee you, they can tell you what caused it. Well, they just did, right? They just said it, right?
Yeah, like that weather and I'm like, I don't know. Like I guess you gotta make it to that level to understand that that's a, you know what I mean? Like, cause me,
saying, yeah.
like you said, to us, to the regular Joe Schmo, I'm like, hey man, we still
I'm still in the billions, like you
I'm about to
said.
say that. Nothing in their life is gonna change unless they just doing another level. But you know what I mean? Like at that point, hell, think about it. You can fly private. I don't know. But see, you don't know what type of lifestyle they're living too, because let's just keep it 100. The more money you make, you would think in theory.
But also the JD Sports, the business is worth 1 point whatever billion, not the individual.
Yeah, but I mean, he got access to it though.
Well, I mean, that's just his funds and the capital and all the stuff that the people, his investors, have into it. They don't have that into the pockets of the owner. Yeah, he's rich, but he don't got that one. He don't have access to that whatever billion. I guarantee you.
Yeah, true. But I mean, he's still living comfortably though.
Oh, for sure. Him and his people around him, their kids. So,
oh yeah, well, definitely never work a day in their life. You know what I mean? If managed correctly. Yeah. Let's see. Let me hit the chat.
Seems like it is.
Let me hit the chat real quick. Man with the Kick says nobody wants to cop bricks anymore. Only Heat 2024 Bing Bong. That is also a factor we can think about it. Like,
I mean, everything on sneakers right now, possibly besides those CBs, I guarantee you is going to sit. It's all going to sit on sneakers.
You think the Charles Barkley's are going to sell out?
Slowly, but yeah.
Yeah. How you feel about those?
Not for me. Not for me personally.
Me neither, man. My thing with the Charles Barkley's, and y'all see when I dropped the video on Monday, his shoes was just never consistent. And also,
you can probably sell something like that to your pops, and he'll remember them. You know.
I don't know, man. My dad don't seem like, you know.
No, not to say he'll want them. He'll just be like, "Oh yeah, I remember those."
Yeah, I just don't know. I don't think my dad gonna be that guy, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I see them Super Pros. Yeah, I see. But yeah, like I don't see him being that guy, man. I mean, he'll take them, but my dad type hell, you get him some shoes, he gonna destroy them shits.
Yeah, before long, you're gonna see that he mowed them on them and everything up.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, you know what? I'm not finna buy you no $100 sneakers. I sound like him because I remember he said he would not finna buy me no $100.
You sound crazy saying that. I'm not gonna buy you no $100 shoes. That's crazy.
Because I know he
can't say that no more. You can't say that. No.
He's not gonna
say I'm not gonna buy you no $200 shoes.
Oh yeah, true. Because I mean, ain't no shoes 100 no more. not even the plain Jane.
Not even Nike's basic line, the Dunks are $100.
Exactly. The Slayer says, Manny with the Kicks, it's stating nothing but the truth. Okay, so Manny's stating nothing but the truth. I mean, this is true. People only want you want the good shit, just to keep it 100. I got a couple things on my hit list that I'm trying to chase too. I've looked at the stuff that's coming up this year, and we're gonna talk on that towards the end of the live. To be honest, I see some stuff that's got potential for me, but I'm not really, you know what I mean? It's not, I ain't really stressing it either. I've been still looking at the old stuff. Like if y'all look at my video I dropped on Thursday, most of my cops were from previous years. I did get some stuff in the current year. So, and I always will, of course.
Yeah, and I think that's a good thing though. Like, and I see, everybody on that. Just cop, the stuff that matters, Cop the stuff cop the stuff that matters to you is what I mean by that.
I mean, at the end of the day, I've always encouraged people to buy what you like.
Yeah, of
just
course.
Keep it 100. Buy what you like. Buy what you like. So, let's see. Divine Photo says the Barkleys are hard to put on. Yeah, I saw that as well. Like that inside like sock liner joint is gonna be really annoying.
I thought he meant that as in they're hard to put on, like to put on and like wear, like dress up with.
Oh, I think you can get a fit off with them. I think I can even get a fit off with them. But as far as physically putting them on, because I've done some research on it, everybody complains about how you got to put them on.
Yeah.
So that's just that. Let me read through the rest of the article real quick. Shares of JD Sports, which carries brands like Nike and Adidas, were down by 20% following the announcement on Thursday. So, me, hell, you still got 80. That you still in the positive in my book, but I guess they want it's 100 or nothing for them.
So I think that their write off is probably at about 3%. Is what they write off. Anything greater, they gotta report it. They gotta put it on the books.
Yeah. It says the gross margin rate for the reported period was in line with last year's results, which were lower than expected due to a high level of promotional activity. Full year growth margin estimated to be lower than last year. So I guess they spent more in advertisement this year and it kind of just came up short. So, but I mean, you would think more advertisement. I guess they were thinking more advertisement come in should be more. We take the level up, bringing more customers.
And it makes sense because you got to think off of the last, the past 3 years now that we came off of, when they couldn't keep shoes on the shelf, they're thinking still kind of ride that success, and this is kind of just proving that it's not the same times anymore. Times have definitely changed. Is about 2 years past when everything was good for them, when everything was good for for resellers, for the sneaker market. But now here it is 2 years later. People are back to normal. People are back to regular life, regular jobs. So yeah, that money is back being counted. So it kind of it's just one of those, like you said. It's one of those. It just backfired on them.
Yeah. Let's see. They got in quotes. It says, our key markets have seen increased promotional activity during the peak trading seasons, driven by more cautious customers, but we continue to grow market share, said JD Sports CEO. In a statement, he says, we are confident in our strategy and we continue to invest in our supply chain systems and stores, supported by our strong cash generation and healthy balance sheet. So yeah, like you said, Nunks, they're looking at every number. You know what I'm saying? That basically that's what I got from that. That was his professional way of saying, like, hey, we count every cent over here. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest, I've never heard, and I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but as far as JD Sports and Finish Line, because they're merged together, I don't hear too many backdoor stories with them.
Yeah. No.
So Frankie Bang Bang just joined. He said, yo ho boys, with the peace sign. The shades. Let's see. The updated outlook comes after the athletic brand like Nike warned of cautious customers' behavior in the most recent quarter. Nike in December announced new measures to streamline its organization after reporting a profit beat for the second quarter, and said it seems the potential to save up to $2 billion in costs over the next 3 years by simplifying its product assortment and streamlining organizations, among other things. So Nike also hasn't. I guess they don't give them the same amount of stock they have been giving them. You know what I mean?
Like I said, that's one changed, man. Not only Nike's feeling it too. So
most definitely.
You can't, like it just kind of. And then you got to think at this point for Nike, they got to kind of play by priority based, like who's selling better, who's doing the better business.
Yeah, true.
And that's not just by location, that's by corporation, like Hibbett. We got Big Five in the game now. So they gotta play it kind of strategically like that, because once again their money's in it too, so they got to make sure that their money's gonna come back to them. By them I mean Nike. So they kind of put their money into the right market too. And sometimes it just right now, JD, it may not be you guys. Like I said, we've seen the big thing of where, Big Five and who was it? Hibbett were like pretty much the top two right now,
You said the Hibbets was doing things, because I'm surprised y'all got a Hibbett in Vegas though,
Yeah, they're here.
That's all we had growing up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like I said, so JD, you guys just aren't it right now, and like I say, obviously, clearly, the two weren't even doing good in the first place. They had to do a merger,
Yeah.
So,
if you got a merge, I mean, and surprisingly, they let it go through, because some mergers they don't let go through. Like I remember when off mode, but kind of on mode, AT&T tried to buy T-Mobile, and they wouldn't let them. Yeah. And that's how. But Sprint and T-Mobile had the lowest customer base. That's why they would let them, Sprint and T-Mobile merge, and that's why you don't see Sprint no more. They just go by T-Mobile.
Yeah.
Fun fact, everybody. But yeah, they merged. But yeah, that's basically to get back on track. What Dunks is saying is basically if a company got to merge, it means like obviously they not seeing, neither one of them is seeing the numbers they want to see, but if they combine, we do, It says Foot Locker also mentioned an uncertain macro environment in its most recent earnings report. Comparable store sales dropped 8% in the third quarter due to ongoing customer softness, changing vendor mix, and a 3% negative impact for the repositioning of Champ Sports, Foot Locker said. So, yeah. So Champ, I don't think Champs is around no more. But that was all under the same umbrella anyway. I never understood why. And probably what happened is the guy who owned like Foot Locker ended up buying like Champs and the other joint I can't think of, East Bay, because Foot Locker, East Bay, Champs, and there was one more I can't think of. And then Lady Foot Locker, there's a Kids Foot Locker. All that's all under the same umbrella. You know what I mean? So, yeah, homie just, and I guess he said, hey, man, these whatever stores are performing the least is where he just kind of, and people to
be honest, Foot Action, right?
Foot Action, yep, Foot Action too. We won't see Foot Action no more, I don't think. You know what I mean? So
Foot Action, sheesh, they've been out the game.
Who?
Foot Action been out the game. Yo, I haven't seen Foot Action. Sheesh, since the beginning of the new millennium.
Now I've seen them. We had them up here. Yeah, we had a Foot Action. I think we still got one low key.
Yeah, you can probably go get some N1s.
I never had a pair of N1s.
That's what Foot Action. That's what I remember.
Nah.
Last time that I stepped foot in a Foot Action, they had N1s.
Oh wow, that had to be a minute ago. N1 ain't been a thing since a while, man.
Oh yeah.
The good times, man, and we about to transition right into the history.
But see that's crazy to think about because at that time, N1s were on that level with Nike when it came to basketball.
Yeah, like people were actually buying.
They were probably at the time up there in sales with Nike and basketball sales.
I'd probably so.
That's crazy to think about.
If Nike was smart, they should have did. If Nike was smart, they should have did business with them.
I mean, you got to think about
this. Imagine if them N1s. Just imagine if them N1s was Nike.
Well, Nike probably tried to do some business with them or try to buy them, and N1 at the time thinking that they're hot and we're gonna be around forever. We're probably like, nah, we don't need you, And now look at them.
I can't. All right, Nino Brown.
And now look at you, But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, so like.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was a point in time where you could have asked a kid, do you want these Nikes or do you want these N1s?
And they would have to make a right decision.
Would have said the N1s.
Hey, I used to watch it on ESPN when they come around. Like I never forget most of the people.
Street ball, right?
Yeah, it was street ball.
Yeah.
The only ones that it was only one of them that made it to the NBA.
Skip to My Lou, right?
Yep, Raper Austin is his legal name, I think, and then Skip to My Lou is his, because they had the street names like Hot Sauce, Skip to My Lou, and what was it, Main Event, Big. What was one of them called like
Cadillac?
Escalade.
Escalade. Yeah. Rest in peace.
Yeah. That's who I was thinking. I was about to call him Big Baby, but I think he actually was.
Big Baby.
No, he was actually in the NBA though.
Yeah.
For the Celtics, but yeah, not the same person. Oh, and then what was it? The Professor, and then Oh, fun fact. The dude White Chocolate that used to appear on there sometimes, he's also known as a quote-unquote street ball legend. I'm gonna just say that if they was getting it like that back then, he was throwing his all away. I saw him at Waffle House one time, and we was like, yo, White Chocolate. He was like, yeah, but he was like, one, he was chasing after some female there, and two, let's just say you can tell. I don't know what they were on, but there's no way in hell he was like, I wouldn't put him on a sobriety test. I'm gonna just say that. On another level, dog. And like we was eating, and I was like, man, it looked like him. And we kept looking at him, it got weird. And then finally somebody's like, yo, are you White Chocolate? He's like, yeah, I am. And that was it.
And she said I was.
Yeah, and this was back then because they've been fell off for. Nobody thinks about N1 for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been nice to see them transferred to like the Globetrotter joints, you know, since that's their type of style.
Well, that
Anyway.
was kind of what it was. It was kind of like a mixture of, like kind of like NBA and like the Globetrotter style. I just like think that nobody was really gonna like they couldn't get the funding behind them. Like nobody could really grasp the concept of of people going to play basketball around the world like that. For one, because expense wise, like you're gonna have to fund and charter around a team of probably 6 to 12 players going from city to city, and on
Yeah.
top of paying them and or having the money to pay the other team if they win, right? Because that's how it was, right? It was like one of those winner take all type deals, right?
Yeah,
And
I think
split the
so.
winnings. So if they would have won on a global scale, the money, obviously, the prize pots would have gotten larger. And like I say, having to travel and stuff like that, I don't think that, especially like the NBA, who already had an established league, nobody was really gonna like fund that because like we have the NBA. Why do we need a street ball? You know?
Yeah. No, the long story short, can somebody market it and continue to make
Yeah,
money off of it for a lifetime?
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, exactly.
Um,
And nah, I don't think that was something that was gonna be around for a long time. It's a
it was a
neighborhood thing.
trend. It was a
Yeah, it's a
trend.
neighborhood thing. It's something that's like that's done in the neighborhoods, and like it's not something that is on a global scale like that.
Yeah. Let me hit the chat real quick. Let's see. Frankie Bang Bang says Manny with the kicks got the please sign. Let's see. Manny with the kicks says shout out to Sonny the plug. Salute to the chat. Let's see. Kwame says what's good at Frankie Bang Bang. Frankie Bang Bang got the Kwame peace sign. Let's see. Manny with the kick says Nino dunks. I mean, basically. Um, Let's transition to this Air Jordan 1 history and timeline, everything you need to know about Air Jordan 1. And then we're going to talk pretty much the other anticipated sneakers this year. Y'all should see the screen right now. I got a whole lot of tabs up. So, yeah, most definitely a lot of rumors going around, man. So I just want to touch on them real quick. And then I know one of the things, like I said, I seen the Travis floating around, but let's hit this real quick. It says nearly 40 years ago, a 21-year-old NBA rookie would take the first step to help reshape a company now worth more than 150 billion and create an entire culture centered upon sneakers. And obviously we're talking about Nike here. You don't even,
And one
needs
person.
no introduction. Needs no introduction. It's crazy, right? That company's worth 150, and Mike is obviously a billionaire, 1.5 billion. Like at that same, like think about it. They know the reason that Nike is a thing is him. You
And
know
to
what I mean?
think, it's crazy to think back when all that happened. Nike probably wasn't even worth 20 million.
Yep. Says on November 17th, 1984, Michael Jordan took to the court for the first time wearing a Nike Air Jordan 1 sneakers. It says it was his 11th game as a professional, and he'd already defined convention by not only getting the shoe to call its own, but a contract that surpassed even the most long established of stars still in the NBA. Best towing such honors to such a young player, no matter how dazzling and gratifying the market is a huge risk for Nike. Says which was still a relative small player in the sportswear industry. Yeah, I mean, because he was still building his legacy. You know what I'm saying? Because
No, I think they are Nike, right? Or because they were still
they were
they were
still
not,
building. They were still coming up too.
yeah. Sheesh, man, that's crazy to think about. At 21, they say he got like he got one
He
of the
got it.
greatest deals than more than some of the legends had already.
Yeah, and what's crazy thing about it, like, could you see one of the younger NBA players that you see now, and we can put anybody in? Do you think they can do what he did? Like, there's some nice players, but like, you can tell he focused on he really worked on his craft. Like, you can tell he was a guy that after practice was over, he was probably the first guy to show up and always the last guy to leave, so to speak.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's just what a winner strives to do.
Mm-hmm.
Says by the time Jordan Rookie of the Year season concluded, his shoe had already generated millions of dollars in sales for Nike while cementing a star power that would only continue to grow. Purchasing a pair of Air Jordan 1s marked the first opportunity to be like Mike. And we got that in quotations. They don't done movies off that. So much stuff he's brought. I'm the thing, you know that line where Jay-Z was like, Dame made millions. So he named all the people he basically made a millionaire, and even named Dash, all the people he named millionaire. Just think all the people that Mike has made billionaires and millionaires, including himself. But I mean, just the people that's involved in the beginning stages, they're all million and billionaires.
I mean,
gotta be.
I mean, you gotta think all these generations,
movie makers too. You know,
anybody that's still from the in that era that's still dealing with Nike can kind of thank him for all of that. That generation of children that's still around can kind of thank him for that. Because like you say, at one point, Nike didn't know what they were gonna do.
Exactly. Says a desire that's endured to this day to help turn Nike into one of the most valuable brands in the world and turn sneakers from practical, purpose-driven footwear into collectibles that are treated like art, not only for their cultural value, but for being potentially investments as well. And that's what my dad tells me. Like, I look at all the sneaker stuff, like he'd be like, to keep it 100, like he was like, I was like, man, I gotta chill. But at the same time, it's like we talked about, I was like, to be honest, even if I sold every shoe that I had, I could make my money back. I could sell everything even if I sold everything for retail, it would still be enough to, like, if I ever got in a bad situation where I needed some cash. But, so if you take care of them, it's an investment. You know what I mean? So I can see that.
For sure, yep.
Yeah. It says, with more than 1,000 different versions of the sneaker having released to date, not to mention many more successors, spin-offs, and other tangible items out there among its effects, it's far from hyperbole to say that the Air Jordan 1 is the most iconic sneaker ever made. Would you agree with that statement?
Yeah.
It is the most iconic shoe ever made.
I mean, it's instantly.
They're not wrong. They're not wrong.
Instantly recognized. There's not one person, I would hope, on this earth that can't tell you what you can't point in and they can't tell you that that's an Air Jordan 1.
I'm gonna say this. I'll make it simpler. And I agree with you. There's not one person that can tell you, like, oh, those are Jordans. You know what I mean? They may not know all the numbers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But they gonna know, like, oh, that's a Jordan.
Yeah, for sure. Exactly. Yep.
Manuel Kick says MJ saved Nike from flopping. I hear no lies in that statement. Let's see. Here's Footwear News takes a look at the history of the Air Jordan 1 and how it became such an influential item. It says before Nike, says prior to the NBA, Michael Jordan had played in Converse sneakers throughout his college and international career. The famous chevron logo can be seen on his feet in photographs of his game-winning shot from the 1982 NCAA championship game as a freshman. That shoe was the Converse Pro leather, and Jordan was also known to wear All-Stars while playing for the University of North Carolina, one of the 25 most expensive sneakers ever sold. I'm assuming because they did sell these Converse, is a pair of Converse Fast Break mids worn by Michael Jordan in 1984 on the Gold Olympic Games. So that shoe sold for what? Says which fetched $190,000 in an auction in 2017. So yeah, like, so pretty much, damn, like, this is crazy. Like, I see that I froze, but that's crazy. That pair of Converse sold for $190,000. Converse, bro. Nike owns Converse now too. That's what's crazy. But that shoe, yeah, in an auction it sold for $190,000.
Foreshadow for you, it's a little bit of foreshadow.
Those are the diehard collectors, if you ask me. Like, it ain't that. Even if I had it, I don't know. Maybe I would have to be. I'll put it this way: the only way I spend some type of money like that, I have had to been getting it for so long, where you just got money up, like, you can't, like, there's no way you can mess it up type of money. So I don't know. I ain't know. I'm nowhere near that level right now.
Those type of people are far and very few between. So like, this is clearly a private auction between, like, some serious you know,
Some good
serious
spitters.
and very niche only collectors. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a very small community of those people, and I'm sure, like there were like in that community that word got out and everybody knows, but obviously we'll never know. Probably almost like a Soul Beast type, deal.
Yeah. I feel you. Let's see. Despite his experience wearing the Converse, Adidas was still the front runner for Jordan's signature after he became a professional. In a clip from the Last Dance documentary, Jordan can be seen in a college dorm room saying, "I like the Lakers, I like Marcus Johnson, and I like Adidas shoes." So this is before he put on. Obviously, he obviously knew who he was. Says
Mhm.
as David Folk, Jordan agent from 1984 to 2003, went to explain in a documentary, Adidas was dysfunctional at the time, and as much as it wanted the young star, wouldn't have been able to give his own shoe. Converse, which counted Magic Johnson and Larry Bird among its roster, said it would prop up Jordan above its existing NBA stars, leaving room for Nike to swoop in despite them being the underdog in the landscape. Yeah, so Nike used to be the underdog.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because what did you say? As you just said, Converse said that he would never be priority over those two.
Yeah, true.
That's crazy.
I know, right?
I bet they're still eating their world. Yeah, not now, but I bet they were eating their words for a long time off that.
That's crazy. And think about it. I wouldn't be surprised if he had something to do with the sale of Converse merging with
Yeah,
Nike or Nike
that's what I
bonding.
said. That's what I said. You see that foreshadow right there? Like you see
Yeah,
what was to come, what happened,
yeah.
how it all
Wow.
just pretty much came back full circle.
That's crazy, bro.
Hmm. Like
That's
he
super
loved Converse
crazy.
so much that he pretty much had to say and Nike buying them,
Right. You know what I mean?
because he was never going to leave Converse, you
Yeah.
know.
So
But Nike just came with that sweet deal only because Converse told him that he wouldn't be priority.
yeah. So and his mom obviously negotiated a great deal for him,
Hmm.
you know.
Hmm.
Says Jordan's first contract with Nike was for 5 years and 2.5 billion, which was already 3 times greater than the deals any NBA player had ever signed. It says as a clause in the contract would have allowed Nike to end the deal early should Jordan fail to name Rookie of the Year, score 20 points per game, or be named in
Wow.
wow, or be
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, this is crazy, or be named an All Star within his first 3 years. He hit all
He
three
did
marks.
all that.
So he had a deal, but he had to reach these numbers, and he did
Yeah,
it.
all these stipulations. Sheesh.
Right. He says he hit all 3 marks in the first year with the sales to match his phenomenal
See,
output.
in the first year,
Yeah.
sheesh.
He had what he had to do it in 5, right?
He had to do it in 3.
So he had to do it in 3 years. That's why I read. So yeah, name rookie. Okay, so yeah, I see that. So he had to do this in 3 years, and he did it all in the first year. So he good. He took the stress off his back early. Shit.
Crazy.
Sheesh.
And
That
Nike
way
was like, oh yeah, we can go ahead and sign the next contract already.
Yeah, they went and updated. That's the thing too. People, if you doing what you're supposed to, and this is just we can talk music, we can talk anything on the
Mhm.
contract. If you're doing what you're supposed to, everything is always negotiable. Once you, all right, cool, I
Yeah.
did exactly what I'm supposed to do. You know what? Hey man, hey, get the man some wine over here.
They
You know
said
what I
after
mean?
that first year, the contract was already probably negotiated, thrown out. They did a whole new contract. Say it went from him being, Michael or Mike to Mr. Jordan.
Exactly.
You know,
Basically, it says crucially, discipulated in the movie Air. Jordan's mother Gloria insisted that her son also receive a share of the profits from his shoes. The expectation was to sell a total of 3 million worth of sneakers by the end of Jordan's 4th year. In the first year alone, Jordan would sell 126 million.
that's funny. I like how it does that. Like he'll say he was expected to sell like you said 3 million. Then it'll be like period. He sold 300 million.
Basically, yeah. So he basically like what's that times like? Yeah, think about it. So he was supposed to in 4 years they was anticipating him. He says, yeah, and the expectations in his four years he was gonna make 3 million. Yo, he did that the first year alone, 126
Exactly. He
million.
did. He checked all the boxes the first year. And he
Yeah,
was like,
everything.
he was chilling.
He checked the money. He checked the stipulations of what he was supposed to do. Yeah, it's too easy. Like hell,
So he was in a it was a walk in the park the next 4 years.
exactly.
Or now, like I say, that contract, I guarantee you, was probably renegotiated.
Oh yeah, they had to.
They wouldn't have probably after that locked him in that lifetime.
Probably. Let me read the rest of this. It says Nike Airship, aka the pre-Jordan, because the Air Jordan 1 wasn't ready yet. Jordan began his NBA career playing the Nike Airship. So yeah, I remember that. He's playing in airships first. That's what he wore first. The sneaker, which was designed by Bruce Kilgore, would play a key role in the early Mayos of the Air Jordan because it's a black and red colorway, drew the ire of the NBA for failing to conform to its uniform guidelines. So yeah, that's why I was like the band or the bread. It says
they didn't make a band commercial, right? But that was with the Jordans.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing that one. It says it was actually the Airship and not the Air Jordan that was banned by the NBA and made subject to a fine every time Jordan wore it. But that wouldn't stop Nike from running with the story when it came time to market the Jordan's first sneaker. So he was getting a fine every time he wore those Airships. It says the Airship was historically been a little more than a trivia answer for certain sneakerheads, but that's why I say a lot of people don't know this. You know what I mean? A lot of people didn't know like the Airship is what he wore first because the Air Jordan wasn't technically ready yet. It says, but the sneaker was bought back in 2023 and officially adopted a part of Jordan brands for multiple releases, including collaborations with Ammanyer and corporate. So, yeah, we did see the Ammanyer Airships with Ammanyer. They personally didn't do much for me. And I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Aren't they the white with the black hit on them, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I remember those. Kind of like with the eggshell, off whitish.
Yeah, that type of shit. Says Air Jordan 1 debuts. Says the first time Jordan wore his sneaker during an NBA was in his 11th game, November 17th, 1984, matchup at home against the Philadelphia 76ers. Its white, red, and black Chicago colorway did indeed conform to the NBA uniform regulations and was the version Jordan wore most on the court. The only other colorway Jordan was wearing in game was the black toe, which features side note, aren't they supposed to do a reimagined black toe this year?
Yep. Supposedly, and we talked about that.
That's a must cop. That's a must cop.
That's a must cop over the forest.
Look, I mean, I don't know.
Come on, man. Come on.
I don't know.
Did you really say that? Let's go about you.
The black toes go hard.
Yeah, no, of course, no doubt, of course they do. But I just wouldn't really. For one, I didn't expect you to be saying something like that about the black toes like that. But still, it's surprising to hear. That's all.
Okay, I got you, man. Come on, man. You know me.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm almost on the fence that they're gonna fuck these black toes up.
I wasn't expecting that.
Sorry, I just am, man. We're not even seeing like any photos yet, and we were seeing the breads. We've seen the breads, the reimagines this time last year already.
Yeah.
Oh
God, I'm weak as hell. You might have a point.
I don't know, man. So if I'm wrong, everybody, hey, I'm sorry, but for now, I'm on that fence. I feel like they're gonna mess them up. They're not going to be what we expect. I guarantee you.
They messed up the Royals. They messed up those Royals.
I wouldn't be surprised if they make them the how they're doing the trophy rooms. If they just make them in a high version.
Yeah.
And call it the Black Toe Reimagined.
We'll see. Divine Photo says, hold on, let me see. Kwame says there were some clean airship releases in 2023. I wanted the Amman. Divine Photo says the Amman airships was the only clean airship I really liked. I think you don't you got a pair of those, Divine?
Yeah,
I
this is
think
they were that black. They had the eggshell off whitish color with the hits of black. Yeah, it was a
yeah,
very clean pair.
yeah,
No
it was
doubt.
clean. It was clean. Let's see. Manuel the Kick says yes, sir. Divine. Let's see. Kwame says the early game airships my favorite. Let's see. Manuel the Kick says I'm gonna pass on the Black Toe Air Jordan ones. Okay, we'll see. I gotta see what they look like though. I'm with Dunks. They made jacket up. Let's see. The Slayer says I'm gonna pass on those yellow Travises. I do have a picture of that. We're gonna get on that in a little bit. Let me read
Yeah.
through the rest of this article, and then because they're called the Canary, I think, right? Um, Definitely gonna need Dunks' opinions and thoughts on that one for sure. But I'm gonna wait to the end of the live though. I'm gonna wait to the end of the live because I know as you being a big Travis fan, you've had to have seen him. Um, let's see. Divine Photo says, yes, I have the airship. It's a beautiful pair. Okay, yeah, that's what I figured. So, but yeah, we'll get Dunk's thoughts and opinions on the Canary Travises at the end of it because Dunk's is the biggest Travis fan that I personally know. And it's not a bad thing or a shot, but I'm just saying, like, Dunks, and to me, I don't even bother trying to go back and forth with you anything, Travis. If you say something, if you say something negative about it, I'd be like mind blown. But if I say something about it, like, I'm like, all right, forget it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing this because you can't argue with somebody who know way more than you about the subject. You're just gonna lose, and that's why we do it. Yeah, and not like it ain't nothing to be like mad about it. Yeah, but it just be like I like, well, I'm not.
But
I
yeah,
know.
Magic. I have seen these canaries. But and yeah, got
Let's
I
see.
got I got my words for them about them.
Okay, cool. We're gonna see in about like 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Kwame says, I just saw they below retail and I may cop those next. I'm pretty sure he's talking about the airships.
But I'm on my yes.
Yeah, because a lot of people slept on those to keep it 100.
Yeah, nah. I mean, I personally don't think it's an ugly shoe in the first place. I say it's just people. It's just not the Air Jordan 1. And
Yeah,
that's just how people see it. I
yeah,
mean, when you like say if that technically like we have already spoken technically should be the Air Jordan 1. Air Jordan 1 should be the Air Jordan 2, technically. You know,
yeah,
um, so I mean, and that's what people compare it against. If you never would have gotten that version, then
yeah.
you would have had to settle for that. So that's all. That's all they do. I think people don't get it because they compare it to what the Jordan 1 is now, and it's not the
Right,
same.
right. Yeah. Let's see. Men on the Kick says skip on the Big Bird Travis Air Jordan low. Devon says those Travises will sell out even though it's an ugly colorway. Devon says, did you see the actual picture of those the Bimberry Croc sneakers? I got an image of those up as well. We're gonna talk about that towards the end of the live, Devon. But to answer your question, yes, I seen those. Kwame says the early game was the UNC colorway with the age look soul. Okay. Let me read back through the rest of this article and then we'll talk the rest of the releases that we're anticipating this year. Says NBA uniform regulations was the version Jordan wore most of the time. I read the Black Toe. He says with features a different arrangement of the same colors. Meanwhile, the bread, short for black and red, colorway taken after the banned airship was only worn by Jordan on NBA courts during his appearance in the 1985 Slam Dunk Contest as an all-star weekend. So yeah, that's another thing. Dunks, like he had the game. Jordan had he can do almost anything he wanted to do with the basketball. He can dunk it, shoot from anywhere. You know what I mean? Like the shots that look like he shouldn't make, he would like the buzzer beater stuff to do. You got to give him his credit, man. He's legend. On and off the court. Says Nike began selling the Air Jordan 1 in April of $185, beginning with the 6 test markets in New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, Philadelphia, Detroit, and Raleigh, Durham, North Carolina. Says selling for $65 a pair. Man,
Gee,
do we wish we can go back to those times?
bruh.
Please, please, bro.
And even then, you gotta think
That was
people were
crazy
used
back then,
that
though.
time because people used to, like, I would say, Adidas, Pro Kids, Converse, specifically Chuck Taylors during that era. Where they were
Yeah,
probably, I would say, about $20, $30 at most. And then
yeah,
for Air Jordan to come out being 65, they were like, that's expensive.
yeah. Like, man, what we wouldn't give to have those prices now.
65 would be like that's not even a crib size anymore. That's what the crib size starts at. And that baby can't even walk.
Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah, I think I seen them start at,
Booty sock off sneakers for $75.
I think a kid, I think they got 75. Yeah, 75. Don't quote me though, but sheesh,
And this
yeah.
was a full grown man size at $65.
Sheesh.
Any size you needed.
Jeez. Jeez, man. Damn, but money was different from what it is now. Money,
for sure, because that $65 is this 210 right now.
Exactly. It says the Air Jordan generated more than 29 million in sales in less than a month in those markets alone. For selling them at $65 a pair, they still made 29 million. Just imagine that's how they hit the billion. Because now it's like, cool, we going up in the price.
And that's just the Air Jordan 1.
And that was in 1 month. 1 month.
Exactly. This isn't even the rest of the line.
Sheesh. This is crazy. It says it wasn't until July that the rest of the country would gain access, and yet the phenomenon was already well underway. Also, yeah, you got to keep that in mind.
This was just their soft market, pretty much.
Yeah,
pause, right?
pretty much. Yeah, so pretty much, they did the main markets, New York, all the cities I just named. Not all the country could get them just yet. So they made 29 million in 1 month, only selling to 6 different places, and then finally open them up to the world. Yeah, y'all got it something. Says Peter Moore designed the Air Jordan 1, which shares much of the same DNA as the Airship, although the Jumpman logo originates from a campaign image for the Air Jordan 1, which itself was a recreation of a shot from Life magazine in which Air Jordan was wearing New Balance sneakers. Yeah, we did cover that.
That guy can forever. That guy can forever pat himself on the back.
Heck yeah, because he technically owns the right to the image.
And he can basically pretty much be like, I created what shoes are.
I'm pretty sure he gets a percentage of the sales.
He's like, I created what shoes are. What shoes inspire you to be today is because of me.
Even if he's only getting like 10% of the sales from those Nike shoes, hell, that's still millions,
Man, even if he's just getting 10% off of the Jordan 1, he's still doing pretty good in life.
Yeah, hell, he could even take it down to 5%. But if he's getting it off of every single product that got that logo, he basically might as well own the company too. Shit, I mean, yeah, he ain't. Yeah, they billionaires, but he like. I mean, I'm gonna just put it this way. Even with the way the economy is right now, hell, hey, a cool million, like she said on Coming to America.
So what do you? Because at this point, yeah. Well, I'm sure even he worked for Nike. Nike owns the design regardless.
Yeah. It says the famous mark wouldn't appear on the shoe until the Air Jordan 3. The signature logo for the Air Jordan 1 as well as the Air Jordan 2 is the wings mark, which Moore first drew while sitting on the airplane, have been inspired by the plastic wings the captains often give to children. Okay, so that's where that logo came from. The Air Jordan 1 panels are more distinct from one another than those of the airships, which is why the lent itself so well to many different color schemes over the years. Moore saw colors as an important feature from the jump, as he wanted to break from the tradition of the predominant white or black shoe. So he's the one who kind of said, let's do some different colors on the shoe. Because back then, I guess you're either going to get an all white shoe or all black shoe. No, I'm just saying, like, to keep it 100, those Chuck Taylors, the Converse, it was it. You got, which I had the white joints and the black joints or the red joints,
Well, yeah, that's why, predominantly in the early days of the NBA, you just saw Chucks. It was just like pretty much like the all white Chucks and everything, you know.
Yeah, I would not want to ball in those. I played volleyball in a pair before. It was cool, but yeah, you know what I mean. I could tell. Might as well be barefooted out there. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Let's see. It says, which is why the lent itself so many different color schemes over the years. Moore saw color as an important feature from the jump, as he wanted to break from the traditional red that part already. Says black sneakers that defined the sport previously, despite the fact that red and black and white matched the colors of the Chicago Bulls, Jordan was still initially turned off by the original red color scheme because he associated it with the devil. Wow. So he didn't like the bread colorway at first. Interesting. You know? Never
But
would have
I
thought.
mean, that was like kind of like Chicago. That was scheme, their color
Yeah.
scheme too. Though it was like red, black, and white. So you know.
Yeah. Says Jordan would continue wearing his debut sneaker for his second NBA season, although he's missed 64 games because of a broken foot. Upon returning from injury, he played in several different versions of the Air Jordan 1, including the custom ankle strap and sole unit, which I saw that one on the Last Dance. Units borrowed from the Nike Dunk and the Air Jordan 2. Some of those Frankenstein pairs worn in a game by Jordan are also among the most expensive sneakers ever sold. Yeah, he had to have one shoe, he had to have it strapped down or something like that, because I think like from what I got from the Last Dance, he had to actually have like two pairs of shoes and had to switch them out during halftime, because the way he balling and the way he cutting and stuff like that, he was ripping through them joints.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we don't see that problem because I mean, ain't nobody, even the greatest regular player, ain't moving like Jordan was. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. You know how much pressure and how much just stress you have to put on on a shoe just to like make it completely start ripping on you. You know,
Exactly.
especially if it's technically brand new.
Right. Says original or OG colorways. The Air Jordan 1 original run featured the most colorways of the sneaker in the line to date and also included low top variants. Below is each colorway released in 1985 to 1986, which is basically the bread ones. These are all the Jordan 1s, by the way. So it was their bread, the Chicago colorway, the black toe, Royals, Shadows. That's why I need those. I need those black toes. Shadows.
You don't have a pair?
Nah, I don't.
Ah.
I don't. I got the damn, what I got? I got something, but I don't think it's the black toe. I don't think it's a black toe.
Oh shit! You started to forget what you got now.
Yeah, but I do got one. It's not the red toe. It's something else. It's one of those different type of toe joints. But I look at it. Uh, it'll come to me. It says the Royals, Shadows, White Gray, Kentucky or Storm Blue, Panda, UNC, Metallic Blue and Red, Green and Orange, Purple and Black. And then they got the Air Jordan 1 lows. They did like a metallic blue and a white gray. So pretty much, and I'm going to wrap up the rest of this little article real quick. It's like 2 paragraphs. It says Nike reissued or retroed the Air Jordan 1 for the first time in 1994 for its 10-year anniversary. The bread in Chicago colorway returned with a new price tag of $80. Man, still wouldn't mind having that.
Yeah.
But again, at those times, you probably pushing.
Yeah.
Yeah, those times like, man, they tripping. But would hit discount racks for a fraction of the of that because the demand was low. Okay, the demand was low. Skateboarders scooped up the cheap pairs and realized the decade-old basketball shoe tech still lent itself well to skating, creating an unexpected legacy into the sport that endures today. So I'm pretty sure that's how the dunks kind of came along too. Says the landscape was
that they pretty much hit outlets.
People wasn't paying that back then, dog.
Gee, exactly. Air Jordan 1 Chicago's went down to $40.
Yeah, people not paying that.
In 94.
People not paying that. People not paying that, dog. Not back then.
And that's crazy. That's like you could actually pop this stuff about stuff like that, you know?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he didn't even care. It says the landscape was more receptive to the classic sneakers in 2001, thanks in large part to the Throwback jerseys from Mitchell and Ness. The next time an Air Jordan 1 retro release, both the bread and the royal colorways were reissued with Japan. Also got a few new and exclusive colorways under the CPJP, which that's the I think that's Concept Japan is what that stands for. Banner says even though the demand was now there, Jordan Brand would limit the number of Air Jordan 1 releases for both new and original colorways. It says the variants were accustomed to today's wouldn't begin in earnest for another decade, and now many sneakerheads would argue that the Air Jordan 1 should return to being released on more limited basis. So, yeah, that pretty much wraps up that article. You think the Jordan 1 should be more limited? I mean, let's keep it 100. Yeah. They have went crazy with the Jordan 1s. I could arguably say that's probably one of my most probably the most sneakers in my collection. If I go through like what's the most sneaker I got, I could easily say that's that.
I mean, Jordan 1 should have been treated like what they were. They should have been treated like royalty, like the game changer, you know?
Yeah.
Like Jordan 1 shouldn't even be released like that. We shouldn't even be. You should honestly to keep it so real, like even throughout how long they've been out, the average person should only have probably about 8 pair in their collection. If in my opinion, because they should be that limited. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm about to say nah, dog. I'm pretty sure I got at least 10 or 15 pairs.
Yeah, I'm saying if it was in a real world situation, you should only have about 8 pair in your collection. That's how limited they should be. You know?
Yeah, I feel you. I can see that. Maybe so. Yeah, I get it. But I mean, everybody like Jordan 1s, man.
Yeah, but I'm saying, I mean,
you're saying they should be limited because it's the first
everybody
one.
Can have them, but yeah, they should be. There shouldn't be so many variants out like the Chicago's. Like,
yeah,
you should be lucky to have the 94s right now. It was what I'm saying, and that's in general still. But I'm saying like there should only be like 2 to 3 versions of the Chicago's out, which is the OG pair and 84, the 94 pair, and maybe one more release, and that's it. Jordan 1 Chicago's probably never get released again. You know, that's how they should do it. You know.
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah, it should be a little bit more limited because now they've done so many color variants, it's getting on my nerves.
And you know that you're gonna see the pair again, so it doesn't even really make it special. Like the Chicago's, yeah,
we need those
limited and exclusive, but do you really get excited about them now? Because
we need those Chicago's back.
We do, but it's just because how they've done the Jordan 1s, you don't get excited about them no more. You know?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
It's because it's that colorway, but because it's a Jordan 1 and you've seen Jordan 1s, and you're just like, I'm gonna go for it only because this colorway, not because it's a Jordan 1.
Yeah, we looking at the colorway for sure. Devon says, if only Jordan Brand make it simple and make the black toe the same way with the Chicago Reimagined ones, but Dunks is right. Jordan Brand will probably make it like the trophy rooms. So basically he's saying he's agreeing with you. Nike's most likely going to F it up. I hope they don't personally, but we shall see for the black toes he's talking about. Man on the Kick says, so the birth of Air Jordan Brand started on NBA All-Star Weekend. In so many ways, yeah. Frankie Bang Bang says, I remember hearing that the Jordan 1 didn't sell that great and that they went on sale for like $29 or lower. Wow. That's crazy. I mean, some shoes just don't, and we can say that now, to be honest, some of the shoes just don't hit like that, you know?
Well,
sevens don't hit like that.
It's crazy to think about right now. Yeah. Think about this. And 10 years from now, so when they're going to say Jordan 2s are up there, and we can say 10 years ago, Jordan 2s used to hit the outlets.
If Jordan 2s get up there, I'm retiring, dog.
Hey, people didn't think this in 84. Some of those people are still alive. You know, well, they are still alive. They're not that old. They're still in their 30s at least.
Yeah. Let's see. Man on the Kick says, big facts, make the Air Jordan 1 more limited. So he's agreeing with you again, Dunks. Divine Photo says 2020 was Jordan 1's best year for selling out. That is a fact. 2021 was kind of a rough one too. Divine Photo says facts, Polo. A lot of Jordan 1 colorways destroyed the Jordan 1. Exactly, man. Like some of it, it's just they went a little overboard. That's all I'm saying with the Jordan 1.
I say one that was enjoyed but not needed was the Gatorade collab.
I hated those.
I mean, it was nice to see something like that, but it wasn't needed.
Wasn't needed. I hated every colorway. Not taking shots at the end. Like they had the green joints, they had the orange joints, and then the blue-ish joints. The color of the Gatorades. It would have been. This is my thing. They should have made that shoe white and probably hit the hint of color of the Gatorade in it.
I mean, that is because it's only because they had like that little thunderbolt like right in the bottom corner. That's what kind of like made it, kind of make it unique. It made it make sense. Because if had it not been there, you would have just thought it was just some Jordan 1 they just made purple.
I hated that. I hated when they did that.
But they could have done a lot more with that. They could have put like that thunderbolt on the bottom. They could have put like something else to insinuate.
Here we are, Dunks. Here we are being shoe designers, not knocking you or cutting you because you're probably right. It's much easier to critique the point where you know what I'm saying?
It's easier to say what could have been done. Well, okay, we'll go tell them. Go do it.
All right. Well, this is the thing. They had to start from scratch. Could you come up with this idea from scratch? It's either like, well, easy come in and critique and change it. But so I get it. That's coming from scratch. What are we gonna do?
Yeah, so like I say, it was enjoyed but not needed,
Yeah. Frankie Bang Bang says Divine Photos facts. I spent $700 on a dead stock pair of breads from 2013 and 2020. Sheesh. $700.
And we're gonna see them again.
Wow. Yeah, $700 on a dead stock part of bread. Yeah, I ain't got no $700 for you. Because you can negotiate it. I say like maybe $500, but during 2020 though, I see why he ended. Because 2020 and 2021, that was the peak of resellers taxing up there.
Mm-hmm.
So,
that was when those zip away Jordans was $600.
Yeah,
true. Comfortably.
Exactly. Frankie Bringman said Dunks. He says Dunks is speaking facts. This is what Frankie Bangman says. So Dunks be on it for the most part. I
mean, it's just it's coming from the people. Like why would you do something like that's so coveted and just completely, pretty much make a mockery of it?
Right.
Like you guys oversaturated the shoe to the point where it's not even what it was meant to be anymore. Right. It's supposed to be meant as the ultimate and superior level of athleticism and mixed with style and comfort. And now it's just that, hey, that quick pick at the mall if you need something to wear.
True. Let's talk upcoming releases and wrap this thing up. We're coming on the hour and 30-minute mark here. Let's see. Devon says, you see the Orchard Jordan 1 colorway. If it was 2021, the shoe would have sold out quick.
It would have already been sold out, already been bought.
You're agreeing with Devon. He says, because of the reminder of the Rookie of the Year. Yeah, and that's what I said in my video too. I'm like, these give me Rookie of the Year vibes, like a poor man's version, if that's a thing, even though the shoe is still expensive.
We're gonna see Rejuvenator do a remake. No, they can't do that. They can't remake that suede on the Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, it's a different ball game. No Hype says the sickness finally caught me. I feel like death. Dog, I've been under the weather as well, man. Just best advice I can give you, just rest. That's what I've been doing. I've been taking my meds. Dunks know. Right when I get a joint, if I have trouble falling asleep, that Tylenol PM, and I ain't recommending what to get for you guys, but I'm telling you what I take, that Tylenol PM, you're going to go to sleep. Or you're going to be drowsy, then I don't know what,
Yeah, you pretty stocked up on everything you pretty much need for the night, because shit's going to be pretty rough to have to go out there right now,
Oh, I'm not going outside at all. Like if I want something to eat, I'm either gonna cook what I got in the fridge or I'll do it. Well, I do got a little walking spot, but I don't even want to play with it right now.
Yeah, and I know how you swear against like Uber Eats and stuff, but it's to that point right now, huh?
Yeah.
Damn.
You know, I hate Uber Eats. I hate sidebar. Me and Dunks, we had Dunks them use it. I'm the type where I can go get it myself. I'm not paying a fee, but today is maybe one of those days, man. But we'll see. Let's see. But I hope you get well though, New Hype, as well. As you can tell, I've been under the weather as well. All I did was rest and drink plenty of water. And of course, I took, like I told you, I took a little few things, the over counter stuff, and I'm much better, but I can still tell I'm not like 100%. If I had to guess, I'm probably at like maybe 75. So it's good. It's room for improvement, is what I'm saying. But get well soon, homie. Let's see. Manuel the Kick says 85, 100. Salute. Get well soon. Devon says get well soon and no hype. Frankie Bang Bang says no hype. Just do some push-ups. I mean, I don't even think I can do no push-ups right now. Like, to be 100, like I can work out, but I know I won't be able to do my full potential.
In the words of Rico, you tough, right? You'll be all right.
Let's see. We got the praying hands from New Hype, but let's talk these upcoming releases. So the Olive Air Jordan 9 is expected to come back in 2024. I think that will be a must cop for me as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm definitely for that one.
Sentimental values for me on that one.
Mm-hmm.
That was the shoe low key that was available at Foot Locker when it was time to give me some new school shoes, and my dad said no because he wasn't paying that for the shoe. Mm-hmm. So that's my.
This is when the ding on your dad's face, pretty much like we'll pause, but like, hey dad, look what I got now,
Now we was looking, I was like, you gotta pick out some news. It was me, my mom, and of course, my older brother, everybody's favorite. And I picked these out, and I don't know if he had any help in the decision, but he wasn't helping.
We'll call him Marlon X now.
He didn't have he wasn't helping the situation.
Oh, no.
He wasn't helping the situation. That's all I'm gonna say. But we're also anticipating the Air Jordan 1 Low Shadows. I'm not mad at it. But I got
my girl loves the 1 Lows. She loves them, absolutely loves them. So
she doesn't. Though they look good.
They do. She doesn't, like I say, she doesn't really think that they've really done a bad colorway yet. She prefers the Lows. So I'll show those to her, see if she wants those. Maybe maybe do a double up.
Yeah, true. They're also doing. Nobody remembers the Air Jordan 11. The history forgot. This was the silver anniversary, which is like an all white joint. I don't think these are coming this year, but they are talking about it. It's mumbling. It's like an all white Air Jordan 11, but it's got like a gum bottom. I remember those. And I remember people having those.
What does it look like? Because I'm not watching, but what does it look like? The almost like the OVO? No, the OVOs. I'm sorry, they got the snakes on them.
Yeah, it don't look like those. It's just imagine. It looks like the Columbias, but instead of a blue bottom, it's got it's a gummy bottom. Like gotcha. It looks like yellowy. It's yellowy.
Like the Gratitudes.
They're all white, but
the bottom, the gum bottom is what I'm trying to say.
Somewhat, but it's even more yellowish.
Gotcha. You know what I mean? Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And then so we also have the Devin Booker plays in a shattered backboard Nike Book 1. So he's doing his own version. I don't think these are going to do well. I know you're not looking at the screen dunks, but
I know what they look like though. I see them pass.
I'm not looking forward to those. Switching it up a little bit. The Galaxies by Nike KD 4 returns next month. I've never had a pair of KDs. Have you, Dunks?
Nah.
Okay.
There's certain shoes I just respect and leave them to that respected field. That's definitely a basketball shoe. I'm not a basketball player. So you hoopers, you guys got those,
Yep. Then we got, this is supposed to be a year of Kobe, by the way. So we're going to have a court purple Nike Kobe 8. Y'all should be able to see these up on the screen. And then there's going to be, I think there's another colorway. Yeah, there's going to be a redundant emerald colorway, which is kind of like a baby bluish type of colorway that's supposed to drop here. Very curious how these Kobe's will do. There's going to be a Soul Goods ready. I think they're gonna I mean, I don't think they're gonna. As they drop more Kobe's, that value is not gonna be there for the reason.
Oversaturate once again, you know.
Yeah, there's gonna be a Soul Goods Jordan Airship collaboration, but kind of gives me Travis vibes. But it's an Airship, at least for the brown colorway type of joint. It's got the number 5 like written on it. I don't know, but then that toe is like gray. Meh. I don't know, man. Not working for me personally. I know sometimes my mind changes right when I get to the shoe. And apparently today, which I didn't know this until I just started looking into this, Bape has released a new set of skate stats releasing tomorrow, which technically this article was on the 5th, so they released today. Yeah. They got the Bape joints. So they did a green colorway, looks like a tan colorway, and then a black colorway.
Like what? Weren't they like 310 or something like that?
I couldn't tell you because I didn't even look. They don't even impact. They don't even like. I don't. You know, it's a skip. If I was to do a video, it's a skip. Not knocking it. Action Bronson is previewing another of his New Balance 190 or 1906 collab, 1906 R collab. If I cop these, it's gonna be for gym purposes only because I feel like that's what he's designing is a gym shoe. Then there's the best look at the Bembury new Croc sneaker. I think that's what somebody was asking in the comment section. This is it up on the screen. Have you seen those where it's got like that little wavy, like it's type of bottom?
I leave those for my chick. She probably want those if anything, you know.
You can't do nothing for me.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Nothing. And I also seen this floating around in the Discord. We got the Air Jordan Craft. That's releasing in February, where it's got that Nike check. Yeah, the 3s, where it's like a creamy-ish type of shoe with that gum bottom. And the heel, they got the Jordan logo and the Nike check converge. What are your thoughts on those?
Like I said, it's like I just said to you earlier. It's one of those things that I don't need it, but since I'm in the supermarket, why not? You know, so I'll go for it. If I don't, then whatever. You know,
I'm good on these, Brody. And then of course,
it's just the only thing that really gets me, and I know it's the worst part of it, is that back tab. You know. I mean, kind of missed out on a Balvin.
Nah, I feel what you're coming from.
I'm gonna try for them. You know.
We got the Canary Travis Scotts. What are your thoughts? This is what we've been waiting for, Dunk, as we get ready to wrap things up. The Travis Scott Canary Jordan 1s, and this is in a low colorway. Manny said he's good. What did he call them? The Big Birds? What did he call these joints? What are your thoughts on these?
Look like a pack of mustard exploded.
But horrible, as you going for, you're a Travis fan. Are you going for him though?
Nah. Back in the same category with the Goffs. Like you guys are like completely missing the point. All this is like
this is based off the school he went to. This is the school colorway he went through.
Okay, high school. Okay, well, maybe you should just be a Texas exclusive then. You know, keep them exclusive to the high school.
I'm kind of liking them.
Okay, well, hey, there you go.
I'm not mad at.
I mean, and if you are a Golden State fan, if you're a LA Rams fan, hey, there you go. Yeah. There you go, somebody. You know,
these are selling out, bro. These are selling.
Oh yeah, they're gonna sell out, no doubt, for sure. But I'd rather just go for the reverse olives.
I feel you. Let's see what else we got up on the radar real quick. The denim Jordan 1s. I just now got a first look at this when looking this stuff up for the live. You guys told me yesterday in the Goodfellas meeting, but I didn't know what the hell y'all was talking about.
How you feeling about them?
Nah, maybe for a boo, like your boo was into them or whatever. But for me,
I kind of see they give me the what's those Jordan 1s that came out with like that furry kind of texture to them. Even though I know they don't look like that, but it just gives me like those type of vibes. Like
I know what you're talking about, but I can't think of the name. Mm-hmm. They did a 2.0 version too.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I can't think of it. These aren't it for me. Let's see these.
Like they want to be, the Levi collab.
Yeah. And then we have the Travis Scott signature Jordan sneaker rumored to drop this year, which this is the cut the check joints, I believe we've been calling them.
Mhm.
How are you feeling about those, Mr. Travis fan?
I'll go for a pair. I'll go for them.
Nope, I'm good, bro. I don't know. I hope this isn't it. And then we have the J Balvin Rio Air Jordan 3, which is basically the black version of what he dropped last year. I still wouldn't mind going back and grabbing the other colorway. What is it? The sunset joint?
Yeah.
But I'm not mad at these as I'm looking at it. But that shoe is super blacked out, though. Do you know what would be nice if this shoe should have 3M?
Yeah.
With it being so dark and you're out at night, it should have 3M. And I know he's had to think about it because those Jordan 2 Balmains, they glow in the dark, or you can press a little button for the light joint. So, and then they are coming look like some, like, I guess the orangey type of laces. So that's gonna be nice. I think once you swap out the laces, those are gonna hit. I'm gonna try for them at least. You know,
yeah.
I'm gonna try
type colorway for the laces.
Yeah, let's see what else we got in the building. Let's see. I know we just touched on the Balvins. So, I mean, I think that's all we got. I think there's supposed to be some Bad Bunny joints, but I don't think I can get into the Bad Bunnies.
Nah.
And then there's supposed to be a Jordan Velvet bread 11 that's supposed to debut. It's a women's though. It's like a bread, but it's gonna be a velvet material. Have you seen those?
Yeah. I think it was Manny said last night. Pretty much just expect with those midnight navy 11s. It's pretty much what we're gonna get. Only in the bread version.
Yeah.
So if anybody was curious, I'm pretty sure Manny kind of hit it on the head with that one. Yeah. I'm not mad at him. I mean, I don't know. I'd rather have OGs. So
yeah, that's how I feel. Let me just get the OGs. That's how I feel. We also have the Satin Bread. It's going to be a Jordan 1 Satin Shadow. I'm not a big fan of the satin stuff, man.
Yeah.
Just to keep it 100. I'm not a big fan of that. Let's see. Talked about that one. We got that one. There's going to be the Black Toes. This is going to be an Air Jordan 14 Black Toe. I think you would ask me about these.
Yep.
I'm on the fence. For these.
Come on, bro.
I'm on the fence.
How many 14s do you own? Do you own any 14s?
Not anymore. So
and what a great entry starting point.
Yeah, I want those last shots if I'm gonna keep it 100.
Oh yeah, of course. I'll say we'll probably see those here soon. Probably in the next couple years. I'd say probably within the next year or two. I say we probably see those, but for now, these are good.
And then of course we already talked about the Air Jordan 9 Olive Jordan, so those are supposed to be coming as well. Those are sentimental values for me. So yeah, Dunk said is a must cop for him as well. So yeah, and I think let's see, we got like one more thing I got up on the radar here. The Air Jordan 4 Fear is supposed to be coming back. I think I froze. I think I'm back. Hold on. But yeah, the Fears 4s are supposed to be coming. Is that a must cop for you?
Yeah. Remember, I've even told you that's one of my favorite pair.
Yeah,
it's not.
I remember. Yeah.
Not the bread, but it's for sure it's one of my favorite pair, you know. So yeah,
you did tell me about that.
I've actually doubled back on them a couple times or resale, but you know, now I think I'll just wait out, you know, to see if they're gonna come at least for sure, you know.
Yeah, and I think the only thing that's left on the radar, we got those Black Toes Reimagines. But you said you're kind of like, I don't know, I like these Black Toes Reimagine though.
But are you seeing Black Toe Reimagined? No, it's just a vintage busted up Black Toe.
Yeah, but I mean,
that's not the official image. That was probably the ones that he wore.
Probably, yeah. It doesn't really look like it exactly. I get what you're saying though. Overall, not a bad shoe.
Super shiny. Look, some lights on them.
Hey, man. Let's see what we got going on in the chat, and then we're gonna wrap things up for tonight. Let's see. Divine's got the praying hands. No hype says appreciate you, Polo and Manny. Divine Photo says the Olive 9s. I get the what we said. I get the feeling it will sit because too many hype beasts are into 3s and 4s. Better for us.
Well,
Manny with the kick says
better, yeah.
Yeah. Manny with the kick says long live Kobe. RIP to Kobe for sure. Manny with the kick says I need those hoes. The Slayer says I heard McDonald's expired. Oh, he talking about the Travis joints. Let's see. Divine Photo says the Travis Big Birds are gonna sell out, but we know a couple of YouTubers that will get them first. Hey man, we ain't gonna start out at that. Chill. Man of the Kick says Warriors colorway when they lost to the Cavs, and Kwame says the Rio 3s are fire, and Divine Photo says those Violet 11s are gonna sell out. They're definitely gonna sell out. I think the ladies are gonna definitely take that one for sure. They're gonna show out for that one. But other than that, man, let's wrap things up for tonight. Appreciate everybody for coming through and showing love. Y'all smash the like button, settle to the channel if you haven't done so already. Of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I do is make content about sneakers, occasional trying hauls. Appreciate y'all for staying and sticking with the laggy stream that's going on. I don't know. I think it's probably just my weather in the area. So hopefully things will be back when we come back on Monday with another Music Monday. And then definitely more sneaker content on the way. Definitely feeling better. This live actually helped me feel a little bit better because I would have just been in bed all freaking day. But other than that, man, smash the like button, sub up, sign up for that sold out Discord. The link is pinned up at the top of the chat, and it is free to sign up. And I'm gonna let Dunks take us out.
Yeah, thanks everybody for joining us. This was a good one. And yeah, we got a lot still early stages of the year, so you know, everything is all speculation and subject to change. So you know, we'll just have to see once it gets closer to the set drop dates to see, you know, if it's all real or not. But for the most part, solid lineup. And yeah, we'll just good luck to everybody here this year. But let's just take it a little easy. Only cop, you know, what matters. You know?
I frozen up on the stream. So other than that, man, let's just end things out for the night. And appreciate everybody coming through. And we're officially out this thing, man. Peace.
Peace.